Hello guys, we should be on live from the trading room, so hi everyone. Very happy to be with you today. First of all, let me know on the chat if the sound is good. As usual, make a mic test, and yeah, we're gonna go straight into the market today. The market today, it's quite neutral, especially on the indices. Today there is the Jackson Hole, which is some type of meeting between the Fed and some economists, policymakers that will discuss about the worldwide economy, especially in US, maybe not worldwide, but what will happen in this meeting will have an impact in the overall global economy. But of course, the meeting is focused on the US economy most likely. So yeah. Anyway, it's gonna move very sharply the market today because I think a lot of traders, investors, and funds are waiting to some conclusion from this meeting and some updates about what's going on in the economy. We all know that we are in a recession, that there is a huge inflation, so this is not gonna change. But maybe we're gonna get, I don't know, some forecast that will, lead the market to a push, either on the down or the upside. We don't know from here. But yeah, hi Juan, hope you're well. Yeah, guys, let me know in the chat if the sound is good. Hi, Andre. Hope you're well as well. And then we're gonna go straight forward into the market. I had some position from Monday. I closed some already. I built, let's say, a position in the euro dollar and the pound dollar only today, but especially on the euro, I had created a long position. We had the PMI news, let's say, I think yesterday, and it's pushed very well the market. So I took already some exit some of the position, but I'm also in with quite a decent lot size in it. So let's go straight into the market. And here we are. Okay, just to explain, to remind, on Monday, on the forecast, we told that, let's say, the euro dollar already moved again below the parity, which is below 1. Actually, we are in 0.99. We touch 0.99800 probably Monday. And for me, I start creating the position around 1 here. Okay. I went in, goes out, went in, goes out. So actually, my full position is still on this. Oops, let me remind that. So no, my overall position is still into this zone. I had, there was here PMI news that was very good. Push very high, but again, the euro is very weak, and the dollar don't give space at all to the euro. The dollar index went down from this move as well, but again, today it's quite strong. We see again the market slightly going down in the euro dollar. So again, my stop loss is very tight. That's not what I did when I start building the position. When I start building the position, my stop loss was far away. And when here we create a lowest point, and from here the PMI news went above and start to create another structure, unfortunately it didn't work here. I removed my stop loss very close to the lowest point. I cannot take more risk than that. The euro is very weak. Again, I don't like to expect breakout of the market. I all the time explain it, but this is how I view and how I explain the market. So yeah, I will try to speak probably closer of the microphone, Lindval. But I think I'm in full volume in terms of the microphone. I just check it on my side. So this is for the euro. I believe that the market will probably react to this demand. Again, it's still completely breaking the structure all the time into the downside. It's still happening here. We had a resistance. We break this on the PMI. We had multiple retest here on that zone, and then we break out below. So the euro is very, very weak. I want to encourage you to go long on the euro dollar only if you know how to manage to go in, goes out very quickly on a daily basis in this type of market. But again, going long is quite difficult and might be more betting than expecting the euro to be stronger, because the euro is weak, guys, and the dollar is strong. So so this is quite difficult to make any buy position. The stop loss might be very tight. You cannot hold it for a long time. Some people already went long from here, and I went long here at that spot multiple times, so I took some profit. But again, the market break, and it will likely continue. It will likely continue. There are some that expect the euro dollar to go to the 0.85 levels, probably to this zone here. This is the big demand. This is the support that hold from 2001, and it looks like we are going into that. So this is for a monthly forecast. Again, I'm more looking for H1 retracement to gain a little bit from this huge downtrend momentum. Okay, the market here is very weak. We had again this market structure that break, and again we are in another structure. I expect this market structure to break a little bit to the upside to gain some momentum and exit again another time my position. So that's a swing trade, but I won't hold it for a long time. I know that there is the whole Jackson meeting today. There might be some news in the dollar. We might see some movement in the euro dollar. I might also close some of my exposure, but again, I don't expect. Maybe it can happen, but I don't expect a breakout, a strong breakout again below the low we had Monday, because the market is neutral, and we see that also in the Nasdaq. Here is the Nasdaq on 15 minutes. It's still from 2 days already. This is what's happened actually in the Nasdaq till 2 days. Nothing interesting, and most likely because the news we have and the event we have this evening in US. Talking about the pound is quite the same. I just opened today a position. This is a day trade position with tight stop loss. Yeah, I have stop loss in all my position here. So again, I have opened here one lot size around that demand here. I reinforce my position to the market structure that we have here. You see it's a market structure. We had like a fake out below, and we're actually the middle. So I put my stop loss of this heading lot size just below. In case the market breakdown, I want to be less exposed to the market. But if the market goes into my side, that will be good. I will remove my stop loss to break even, and again, opening straight away the full volume that you want is not the best. There are some traders that does that, but I'm definitely not. I like to build a position time after time, and not going straight away the full volume, the full margin, and hope the market will go in your side in straight. So that's how it works. Yeah, and the dollar yen I had also a nice position. I'm still in here. But again, it looks like here it was only a retrace. Let's say this was only a retracement of the long huge trend that we have in the dollar yen. I'd also want to show you the dollar index. That might give us some indication. Okay, so this is here. The market at that point especially went down yesterday, and it was the PMI news, so the PMI news went down. But again, it was not enough here, and the market already recovered all the movement of yesterday. So you know the dollar is still very strong. We can make a new high again today after the meeting we have. So that's why I'm going to reduce my exposure if the market will not goes in my way or will stay, let's say, in this zone. Okay, I won't stay. I don't want to be flat, but I don't want to be overexposed. And actually, I'm overexposed in most of the dollars. So I will close some of the positions to reduce my exposure and then wait what's happening tonight. And probably we open another entry today or tomorrow, it depends. But again, here there is this zone. The market already had a retracement here. We can make another retracement to make a double top. But again, I don't know. It seems like the dollar is very strong. And that we tend to make an higher high into maybe 111 in the next few days or in the next few months. Sorry, few weeks, let's say. Yeah, a few weeks is more relevant. Yeah, the pound is still holding here, but again, likely to break. And in 50 minutes, we have again the opening in the indices in US. So I might also take some scalp if there are movements. Actually, you know, nothing interesting. The market is very neutral, and it's also in the key zone in the daily chart, guys. I don't know if you see that as well, but this is a key zone. This is definitely a key zone that actually the market breaked out here, and we start a little bit the retest. This was a support in the Nasdaq. This is the same for the S&P as well. The market in 2,800. This zone here is was a support, create a resistance here, and then again we break out. So this is a key zone, and we might have, you know, some reaction like that, and you see in the H4 it's, you know, nothing happens. So being long here is not bad for, you know, a high risk reward. Stop loss might be very tight, for example. Stop loss might be here, opening a long. Not bad, but again, there is a big event today. The market can have huge volatility, and we can, you know, the market can do something like that and then make fake out, recover. That's why you should, if you want to be exposed, try to be as less exposed as possible. If you're a swing trader, that doesn't matter for you, but for day traders, scalper, for example, don't stay, try to stay flat minimum. If you want to hold the position, try to reduce the exposure, like I will do in the. I will wait because it's still in the next few hours in my evening, so that's fine. But meanwhile, the dollar still seems very strong in any case. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I'm very happy to interact and discuss with you. So yeah, if you have any question, guys, on the chat, let me know. Okay. What big news is there today? This is not a news, but this is an event. This is I will go on YouTube. It's called the Jackson Hole event. What is Jackson Hole Fed meeting? 3-day gathering of government and academic experts on the economy, including many central bankers from around the world. And you know, there was some news here that why market cares so much about the Fed's annual Jackson. It's like the annual meeting of the Fed. So this is a huge event. This is a huge event. So again, try to be careful. If you're a swing trader, so that's fine. You can hold the position because you have most likely a macro analysis behind. But if you're day traders, try to reduce the exposure. How Ruben, do we ascertain a trend on the chart? Yeah, let's take the euro dollar. But a trend by definition, okay, is generally a trend will not go like this. Is not a trend, guys. Okay, when you have this type of huge volatility movement, this is not a trend. Okay, this is a huge volatility movement. I don't know we can call that, but this is not a trend. This, for example, okay, like in the 15 minutes from here to here is a downtrend. Okay, there is no trend line, there is nothing, but I know that this is a downtrend. Why? Because the market is making lower high all the time and lower low. Okay, so you have this high, you have this high, and then same here, and then same here. Okay, so you know that because the market is pushing down by having lower high but also lower low, like here and then here and then here, this is a downtrend, okay, on the M15 chart. So this is all you can analyze and find what are the actual trend of the moment. Actually, I'm not a trend trader. Like I don't like most of the time to go with the trend for this type of momentum, because at the end of the trend there is the reversal, and as a trader, and again this is my analysis and this is how I trade most commonly, I'm looking for reversal on, I don't know, demand or volatility movement or whatever, but I'm not good by going into the trend. Again, this is my point of view. And for example, in the daily chart here, it's quite the same. Okay, you have high and you have another high here and you have another high. Okay, this is the same. So you have lower high and lower low all the time. So you have a trend. This is a downtrend. And if you want to trace here the line for this time, it works. But I don't like to look at this type of. It gives us an indication of more like volatility. Okay, when I use trend line in my example, okay, I use it for the market to tell me, okay, is the market is at the top of the volatility, or is it at the bottom, for example. But again, this type of trend line, and you will see a lot of in YouTube, and a lot of educators will tell you, okay, so when the price touch the top of the line, it will tell you to sell the market. Okay, for this time it worked. for this time it worked as well, but in my opinion it only gives you when the market is on a high volatility movement or not. Okay, actually here the market is far from the average. This is why the market goes down, and not because the market touched the line. That means nothing for me, at least. It's not because the market touched the trend line that the market goes down. I'm sorry to tell you that, guys, but the market will go down for, of course, macro explanation, but most likely because the market will go back to the average price, and in this case the average price is on the middle. Okay, it's here, so it's playing with statistics and standard deviation. Okay, so when the market is here, it's far away of the average, so the high chance that the market will go back. Okay, so yeah, it's auto analyze trend, and again you can also find some so there is uptrend, there is downtrend, but also there is neutral movement, like here. Okay, here there is no trend at all. Okay, in the H4 you have this type of consolidation. This is not a trend, this is a neutral momentum. Hi Lucian, hope you well, and thank you for giving some insight on the chat as well. I appreciate. Yeah, we'll see. Opening in the next 7 minutes. I don't know how far the market can push. There is the event, the weekly event in the evening. So we'll see. We'll see if it can give us any spot for the day. I already have my already have the market structure here. We're gonna see. Actually, we are in the middle, so I won't do nothing, for example. What's happening on gold? I know that the gold push as well. A little bit, not enough. Hi, John Paul. That's a good question. Actually, not. I don't have a system. Let's say I have more like trading volatility to trade with it. Okay, when the price is far from its average, I expect the price to go back. Most likely, it's in some point to its average. So, my system will not work in specific pairs. At least I didn't start the back test. I believe that in some pairs it can work better, but I didn't do that. Okay, I didn't do that actually because I try to find actually where are the movements, where are the volatility movements. Like actually we know that the dollar is the main asset to look for, is the main currency to look for. So that's why actually I'm putting my eyes in the euro dollar, pound dollar. The yen is quite a bit complicated because there is at least no retracement in the yen. But yeah, I think it might be working in all the pairs, but also all the assets. It can work on gold, it can work on Nasdaq, and that's why I have Bollinger Bands. That's why I have stochastic also in the bottom of the chart. I use both, so yeah, it works in any pairs. Reversion trading, maybe reversal trading, you mean? Let's check. Reversion. Reversion definition, yeah, that's correct. That's exactly that. Maybe I explain it about reversal, but it's quite the same. It's quite the same, and you expect that. Okay, so it is most likely what's my strategy and what I'm looking for in trading. Okay, so you have the mean, and most of the time the market will go back to the mean. Okay, this is especially that. And also what this is giving to me is that I will not do any trades at the mean. Okay, because when you open at the mean, you have 50% chance to go to the high and 50% chance to go to the low. Okay, so you want to have higher chance into your side. So you will buy at the low and you will sell at the high. It's the basics of trading, but reversion trading is what I'm looking for, and this is likely close also to options trading. I trade options, and this is all my theory and my view came from. You see here there is implied volatility, when most likely the volatility will go back to the mean. So when you have a huge movement, and I will explain, here we have this type of movement here in the Nasdaq. Okay, look here, it's quite the same. It's the same, guys. Okay. Of course, you have to identify the zone before, but in that case, this is the high, this is the low, this is the mean. Okay, so at the middle, I won't do anything, but at the bottom, I could buy because the market is on the relatively low setups forever. I don't know. It's going far from the mean, so it works in M15, it works in daily. You know, this is my theory, and of course I use Bollinger Bands for that, and I use stochastics, and I use quite macro environment. I use some price action, so it's a combine of everything. I don't have a system that tell me what to do or what not to do. I hope it clears. It's another approach, but this is how I'm behaving. Hi C, I hope you're well. This is quite the same here, for example. So you have to identify the market structure. For example, this was the market structure, and okay, so you have the high, you have the low, this is the mean, and then the market broke. So the difference between options and, for example, Forex is that you don't know. You don't know where the market structure will break. But as long as the market is consolidating, it will benefit for doing this type of reversion trading, like you explained. And thank you, Matt, for bringing the term. It's not a strategy, but it's more like I use that for a theory. The market just opened in US, so we'll see what's happening on the indices. But I don't know. I expect the market to stay at least around that area because, again, there is Jackson Hole this evening, which is a meeting between the Fed, the government, and so on. So I don't know if we can expect a huge breakout today. Might be. So probably that can be, let's say, an indication for me. If the market do like a movement like that with another volatility, I could maybe make something around that area. Might be at the bottom as well. Yeah, I'm quite afraid that here it's just I reinforce my position in the pound. Again, the stop loss is very, very tight. The market can take my stop loss and then goes up, but my main position I will only exit at below the low, like in the euro dollar. Here it's just to take like an intraday spot, but it looks like the market will go into my stop loss, so it's fine. I don't want to increase the risk on that one. Yeah, Lucian, you didn't send the link on the chat. Maybe. Alwyn, yeah, I think so. I think that the market will not going to move so much, at least on the indices. But there is a news in 3 p.m. Type of news we have. Oh, let's check that. No, today there is durable goods. I don't know if pending home sales. I don't know how much it will affect, but Jackson Hole is tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, stop loss are wide. You know, it's on the euro, for example. It's below the latest low. Let me check that. Okay, so here in the euro, for example, the stop loss is below the lowest point here, so it's very tight. You don't have to look at the balance, okay, and the equity, because it doesn't show the percentage of risk I'm taking for each type of trade. Okay, I'm more like explaining what's my view in the market, but explaining the lot size and the risk is not actually what I would like to show here. So don't look at the stop. Don't look at the, let's say, the overall risk I'm taking for, because the balance and equity doesn't matter actually. But for example, if we talk about the risk reward, so yeah, of course the stop loss would be below the lowest point. And again, I'm expecting to break out above the market structure. It's like very less chance that this happen, but again, I will continue by selling the dollar, expecting at some point a retracement of, let's say, a returning to the mean at some point. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna break this again. Euro is weak, dollar is strong. But yeah, on the Nasdaq, it's like nothing happening. There is a supply here on the dollar index on lower time frame. It's also created like a type of flag, you know. Yeah, 91, it's here. It's at the demand here. Yeah, there are two demands. There are the first one here that is, I think the market moved. This movement here is from the PMI. And here it's probably just, I don't know, maybe there was a news here, I don't know. But there are two demands. The first demand here, it's on M30. And the second one is here at the bottom. So yeah. So actually, what you said is interesting because you don't need to wait the market to goes back here and then making. I don't know what you want to do at that point, but if you want to make a sell, a buy here, might be that the market will never touch this zone. Okay, you don't know. So what you have to do is start building the position. Actually, here there is a demand. Okay, it's a demand, and we see that on the M30. So this might be here actually already at this point. You can actually start already building the positions. Okay. If the market goes back down and then touch this demand here, so you say, okay, this is my point I'm really looking for. I will open a second entry here. Okay, so your average price will be in the middle. You will have to allocate the overall risk for the both of them, and that's it. But if the market doesn't go into that place, let's say you will lose the opportunity. That's fine. That depends. What's your point of view. Yeah, Lucian, I think what you said on the chat is definitely what I explained right now. So yeah, I'd agree. You can actually make some partial entry. And here we have on the M15, but also on M30, two demand that can be interesting to play. So yeah. Okay, let me move to the Nasdaq. Are we expecting the break of 12,800? This is a huge question. The fact is that the market is actually already on the zone. I don't know if it will break below the exact number you type, which is 12,800. We already see on the H4 that the market, create a market structure, maybe because they wait for the Jackson Hole event. Okay, that's I think the main reason. So the market here is on neutral movement. So we don't expect a breakout on the downside, but here on the upside until we have another news or another impact news or updates in the market. That might be. But again, if you already know my point of view, for example, guys, I won't open a sell position into that place. Okay, we are very close of the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, so most likely the market will tell me, okay, most of the chance we go back to the mean. The mean is above. Actually, this is a key zone, and on the H4, you know, we start on the H4. This is also here a structure that actually the market is respecting. So I won't open a sell position at that place, definitely. Will I open a buy? I don't know. It might be actually here a good spot to make a buy, especially here, having a tight stop loss, which is just below this low here, and let the trade runs. But the fact is that there is again the Jackson Hole event. We might have a lot of volatility. It can go 300 points above, 300 points below, and it will take all stop loss and all orders. So I don't want to be overexposed. I can actually open 0.02, you know, or very very micro lots, to be on it. But that's it. Can we anticipate the news triggers? Never. Okay, I will never. Again, it's my opinion. I will never anticipate a news trigger. What is the prevision and what is the actual, or what is the difference? And first of all, it's not working. I know it. And secondly, no, don't anticipate any news trigger. There is a news, react after the news. Here there was a news, PMI, okay, the market moved. We are actually here a bar, there is a structure. Opening a sell here might be my reaction to the news. So don't anticipate the news, but only react. That's my advice for news. And opening a buy or sell before the news, let's say 2 minutes before the news, is like gambling and making like some casino wallet like that. When you play the machine, you know that. So don't do that. It will not work. Again, I would like to remind and make a disclaimer for people that new. The trades I'm taking and the analysis I'm doing, and I'm trying to help you and giving my insight about what I believe in the market is only. So what I do is only from educational purposes. This is not trading advice. I'm trading for my own, and again, trading is at your own risk. So guys, again, be careful. And the main advice I can give you for that is having a strong risk management, placing stop loss, having a maximum percentage allocation per trade. That's at least I think that the main objective for being consistent in the long term. Yeah, the Nasdaq, nothing happens. Maybe we should wait a little bit more. You're welcome. Hope it's it gives you some insight. Insane. Yeah, we have a nice candle here on the M30 minutes. Hope can push a little bit more. But you see, it looks like already the market reject a little bit here, a little bit here. Now we're gonna see. But again, trading is should be patient. Yeah, thanks, Insane. Very appreciate your feedback. Interview with fellow traders. I know that Alexander from the Trader Success team is making trying to get some traders that success in our programs and actually are funded and are trading with huge capital with us. So yeah, I will pass the word, but most likely we all the time want to share other traders' perspective. So yeah, that's something we do, and we would like to continue doing that. So don't worry. But thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. Yeah, you said pin bar, but again, this is not enough. This is not enough. This is not enough, I think. Yeah, so here the market create. As long as the market will not make a lower low, okay. For example, the first point is on a short time frame, okay, in 15 minutes. So resistance, support right now. So when the market will break here, this is actually a golden spot. But when the market, I hope the market will break it straight and go back to the downside, at least. We'll see. Well, guys, in any case, it will be the end of the session. So again, very appreciate those golden time with you guys. We are more and more in our trading room, so we are very happy. If you have any feedbacks, about what we can change and what we can do in this type of trading room, because it's 3 times per week, 1 hour in the US opening. There is a lot of feedbacks to get from that trading room. We can interact, we can talk about market. So if you have any feedbacks, let us know. And again, we will continue by doing those trading room, sharing our trades, our ideas, our analysis. And again, we are always happy to also get your analysis. So that's how it works. It's exchange moment. We share our view for anyone. So again, thank you for your time, guys. Next trading room is not on Monday, but all the time forget it's with Jordon. Okay, Jordon is trading on the ASEAN session. He's already making the trading room from Australia, so according to his time zone, this is good for US traders, but also for ASEAN traders. So yeah, join Jordon session. He also is a wonderful trader. Have also his own, experience and own analysis. We are all different. That's why trading is wonderful. Saul trade differently. I trade differently, and Jordan is trading differently. So again, it's good to take the best of anyone and try to implement or take some things that you can add into your strategy. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Have a nice end of the day. And again, see you next Monday for the Monday forecast. Have a nice day. Be careful. There is the Jackson Hole meeting. So some movement will likely to occur, guys. Thank you and see you guys.